Imagine waking up one morning, reaching for that old jar of pennies you've ignored for decades, and realizing, inside that dusty jar hides a single coin that could transform your entire life. A coin so rare, collectors are offering up to $999,000 for it right now. Yes, a single 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be your golden ticket to a life of luxury, freedom, and unimaginable peace of mind. But before you rush to check your jar, you need to know exactly what makes this ordinary-looking penny so dangerously valuable. Because if you overlook one tiny detail, you might throw away a fortune. Back in 1978, the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies. Most people saw them as worthless pocket change, just another copper-colored coin to drop into vending machines or leave in tip jars. But beneath that everyday face lies a silent revolution. In a sea of billions, a few escaped the mint with imperfections so subtle, so mysterious, that they turned into million-dollar secrets. These weren't just coins, they were ticking time bombs of value, waiting for someone with the eyes to see. Now, think about this: how many times have you glanced at a penny and tossed it aside, thinking it couldn't possibly change your life? How many times have you let opportunities slip through your fingers, simply because they looked too small to matter? The 1978 no mint mark penny dares you to think differently, to see treasure where others see trash. In 1978, pennies were struck at several mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's the catch: coins from Philadelphia typically had no mint mark at all. That sounds normal, right? But among them, a few were struck with off-center errors, double dies, or die cracks that created one-of-a-kind patterns on Lincoln's face and the inscriptions. These hidden mistakes became the holy grail for coin hunters. Imagine finding a 1978 penny with a doubled Liberty, so crisp, it almost looks like a ghost whispering through the copper. Or a subtle die crack running across Lincoln's jacket that makes your coin one in a million. One such specimen recently stunned the market, fetching close to $999,000 in a heated private auction. Just think of that, a coin worth more than most people's homes, sitting quietly in a kitchen drawer. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to tell your boss you're quitting because a penny just paid off your mortgage? What if you could finally buy that lakeside cabin, take your spouse on a year-long world cruise, or gift your children a debt-free future? That's the power this coin holds. But it only reveals itself to those bold enough to look deeper. Now, let's get serious. How can you tell if you hold this jackpot in your hands? Start by grabbing a magnifying glass and examining the obverse, that's Lincoln's side. Look carefully at Liberty and the date, 1978. If you see a clear doubling, or any odd, extra lines that shouldn't be there, you might be holding an error coin. Next, examine Lincoln's shoulder and jacket. Any die cracks or unusual raised lines? Those are clues that can multiply the value tenfold. Finally, flip it to the reverse side. Check the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Strong, sharp steps without wear suggest a higher grade, and higher grade means higher value. But here's the terrifying part: thousands of these coins are lost every year, simply because people don't know what to look for. They get spent, melted, or thrown away. Every time you buy a coffee and pay with a handful of change, you might be giving away a future mansion. Let that sink in. Picture this: the day you discover your 1978 no mint mark penny is the day your life divides in two. Before, the daily grind, the endless bills, the retirement worries that keep you awake at 3 a.m. After, freedom, choices, the kind of peace that comes from knowing you're set for life. It's not just about the money. It's about the power to rewrite your story overnight. Now, imagine standing in front of a crowded auction room. Your heart pounds as the price climbs: 100,000, 200,000, $500,000. You see collectors in suits, raising their paddles, eyes burning with envy. Then you hear it: sold. $999,000 to the bidder in the back. And in that moment, you realize, this wasn't luck. It was destiny. You had the courage to see beyond the obvious. You believed in the invisible. So tonight, before you go to bed, I challenge you: pull out every penny you can find. Examine each one as if your future depends on it, because it might. Ask yourself, what would you do with a sudden $1 million? Pay off debts. Travel the world. Build the dream home you've drawn in your mind 1,000 times. The possibilities aren't just fantasies, they're waiting inside a small copper coin that in this world, opportunities often come disguised as everyday moments. Most people miss them. But not you. You're here because you're ready to change your life, to claim the fortune hiding in plain sight. You're here because you believe that even the smallest coin can carry the weight of your biggest dreams. Check your pennies. Check them again. And when you finally hold that 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny with the hidden error, remember this: you're not just holding metal. You're holding freedom. You're holding your future. And maybe, just maybe, you're holding the key to the life you've always wanted but never dared to imagine. Now, the question is, are you brave enough to look? Now, what if I told you that one tiny, overlooked penny, a simple 1987 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, could change everything you thought you knew about your future? This is not just another coin collecting story. This is about unlocking a secret that could turn an ordinary penny into a life-altering ticket worth up to $995,000. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million, from a coin you might already own. Millions of Americans have these pennies lying around in kitchen drawers, in dusty jars, forgotten at the bottom of old purses. But among them, only a handful hold a shocking mistake that experts call the ghost treasure of the 80s. And tonight, I'm going to reveal exactly how to find it, why it's so valuable, and how this 1 cent can fund your dream house, pay off all your debts, and give you the freedom you've been craving your whole life. Before we dive in, ask yourself, when was the last time you truly looked at your spare change? Could you be passing up a chance to escape the rat race forever? Because one single oversight might be costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you'd never even know that in 1987, the US Mint was producing billions of pennies. Most of them were plain, everyday coins, just small copper-plated zinc discs meant to circulate, to be spent and forgotten. But during that year, something unthinkable happened. A tiny batch of Lincoln cents left the Philadelphia Mint without their expected mint mark. While this sounds like a minor detail, in the world of coin collecting, it's a catastrophic error, and it turned these coins into legendary prizes. Think about it, a single missing letter that transformed an ordinary penny into a near $1 million miracle. Imagine the mint employees that morning, completely unaware that the die, the very tool used to stamp the coins, lacked the small but crucial P mint mark. Thousands of these coins rolled out into the world, vanishing into pockets, registers, and soda machines. And as quickly as they spread, they disappeared into the fabric of everyday life. Most people spent them without a second thought. But a few people, those sharp-eyed collectors who noticed the missing mark, held on to them, and today, those coins are among the most sought-after modern rarities. Now, you might be thinking, how could a simple missing mark make a penny worth $995,000? Let me ask you this: what would you pay for a chance to own a piece of American history, a silent era that slipped past the watchful eyes of the US Mint? Collectors are not just buying metal, they're buying mystery, story, and the rush of owning something truly unique. One verified 1987 no mint mark Lincoln cent sold at an auction for a record-breaking amount close to that $995,000 figure. And the prices are only climbing as more people realize how incredibly rare these coins are. Picture yourself sitting in a lavish living room, holding a glass of champagne, thinking back to the day you found that penny, a penny that paid for your new car, your family's dream vacation, your retirement fund. This is not a fantasy. It's the reality waiting for those few who take the time to look closely. But how do you find this penny? How do you know if the coin in your drawer is the jackpot or just another copper disc? Here's where it gets interesting. You need to examine every 1987 Lincoln cent carefully. Most Philadelphia pennies should have a P mint mark. If yours doesn't, you're in rarefied air. Flip it over, look for any doubling in the text, inspect the details of Lincoln's profile, and check the rim for strong, clean edges. A real no mint mark penny should be crisp and error-free elsewhere, except for that missing mark. And authenticity is everything. If you suspect you have one, get it certified by a professional grading service immediately. One genuine find can turn your entire financial future upside down overnight. Now, pause for a second. How many times have you thought about what you'd do if you suddenly stumbled into a fortune? Would you finally start that business? Move to a beachfront villa? Help your family live without struggle? Or maybe you just breathe easier knowing you're financially free. This penny holds the promise of all that. But only for those brave enough to look beyond the surface. Think of all the change that passes through your hands every single day. Gas stations, grocery stores, tips left at diners, each coin is a potential gateway to a different life. A missed chance today could mean walking away from hundreds of thousands of dollars tomorrow. Isn't that worth a closer look? I've heard stories of retired teachers who found these pennies in old teaching supplies, young parents who discovered them in piggy banks, and even small-town shopkeepers who unknowingly kept them in till drawers for decades. One man found his in a jar marked "Vacation Fund" and ended up buying a lake house. All because of one penny. 1 cent that everyone else ignored. So tonight, as you sort through that old jar or check your wallet, remember this: fortune hides in plain sight. It disguises itself as worthless, ordinary, and small. But it takes just one set of trained eyes, one moment of courage, to uncover a future beyond your wildest dreams. Your 1987 no-mint mark penny could be your passport to a life of abundance, security, and endless possibility. But time is ticking. These rare coins are being discovered and snatched up every single day. Once they're all accounted for, the window closes forever. Will you be the one who acted, or the one who always wonders, what if? Tonight, take that first step. Go, check your change. Look deeper than you ever have. Because maybe, just maybe, your future has been waiting for you in that dusty corner all along. But what if I told you that this one tiny coin, a 1989 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, could be your golden ticket to a life you've only dared to dream about? What if this forgotten copper disc, tossed aside by millions, was actually worth up to $991,000 today? You might think that's impossible, but tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on a secret that has stunned even the most seasoned collectors. For decades, Americans have believed that pennies are worthless clutter, something to slide across a counter or leave on a dusty dresser. But lurking among these humble coins is a shocking outlier. A mistake so subtle, so rare, it escaped detection for years. And it's hiding in plain sight, maybe even in your pocket right now. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents. Most came with a small mint mark, a tiny letter stamped just beneath the date, signifying where it was struck. But a mysterious batch left the mint without any mark at all. At first glance, it looked like every other penny. But when collectors realized the truth, prices skyrocketed. Overnight, what was once a mere cent transformed into a prize commanding six-figure sums at auctions. Imagine waking up tomorrow to find that a coin you thought was worthless could pay off your mortgage, buy your dream car, or fund your children's college education. Now imagine what you'd do with an extra $991,000 in your bank account. Would you travel the world? Buy a beach house? Finally start that business you've always talked about? Some people are already living this reality. One collector stumbled upon a 1989 no-mint mark penny in an old coffee can his grandfather had kept for years. He almost tossed it out. Instead, he decided to take one final look under a magnifying glass. That simple choice changed his life forever, leading to a private sale rumored to be just under $1 million. It's the kind of story that makes you question everything you thought you knew about change rattling in your car cup holder. But what exactly makes this penny so valuable? It isn't just a missing letter. It's the story behind it, a production mishap that slipped past the strict controls of the U.S. Mint. Fewer than a handful of these mysterious no-mint mark coins are believed to exist today, and each one carries a mystique, a whisper of the unknown that electrifies collectors. Every time a 1989 no-mint mark penny appears at auction, the room holds its breath. Veteran collectors lean forward, hearts pounding, eyes locked on the bidding paddles. Prices climb higher and higher, past $100,000, $300,000, $500,000, until someone finally claims victory, shaking with disbelief at the fortune they've just secured. But how can you tell if you're holding one of these life-changing pennies? First, look just below the year 1989 on the front of the coin. Normally, you'd see a tiny D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. On this rare variety, there's nothing at all, a chilling silence where a mark should be. But be careful. Many regular pennies have been damaged or worn down over time, making it look like the mint mark is missing. The true 1989 no mint mark penny will have sharp, clean edges around the missing space, not the eroded, mushy look of a worn coin. Before you rush to the nearest coin shop, take a moment to think. What if your penny is one of these? What if you're one step away from erasing your debts, from finally living life on your own terms? What would that freedom feel like? Think of that heavy weight on your shoulders, gone in an instant, lifted by a single, almost magical discovery. Have you ever stopped to consider how many secrets might be hiding in your old coin jars? How many small, unassuming pieces of metal might hold the key to unimaginable wealth? Sometimes, life's greatest gifts aren't buried under mountains of gold, they're hiding right under our noses, waiting for the one person brave enough, curious enough, to look closely. So tonight, I challenge you. Go through your drawers, your jars, your old wallets. Peer into every dusty corner and pull out every 1989 penny you find. Hold each one up to the light and ask yourself, could this be the one? And when you finally hold that blank, mintless treasure in your hands, remember that this isn't just a piece of history, it's a passport to a new life. A life where you make the rules, where money is no longer a daily worry, where your dreams suddenly feel within reach. That's the power of a single penny. The next time you hear that faint clink of coins, let it ignite your imagination. Let it whisper possibilities in your ear. Because the 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of hope, of hidden fortunes waiting for those bold enough to seek them out. So what will you do tonight? Will you leave those pennies in the jar and walk away from a potential fortune? Or will you take that first step toward a future that could transform everything? Your new life might just be waiting, in the smallest, simplest place. Go find it. Have you ever held a single penny so powerful it could change your entire destiny? Imagine a tiny copper coin sitting quietly in a jar on your kitchen counter, the same coin you might overlook every single day. But what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth a staggering $988,000 today? That's not a fantasy. That's the hidden reality behind the mysterious 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin so rare, collectors are practically fighting over it right now. Close your eyes for a second and picture this. You're sitting at your dining table, bills piling up, dreams of vacations or paying off that mortgage slipping away. Suddenly, you remember a jar of old coins hidden in your closet. Your heart races as you sift through them, and there it is, the 1990 penny, no mint mark in sight. Your entire life changes in that instant. Can you feel that electric surge of hope, the sudden rush of freedom? Because this isn't just about a coin. It's about a second chance at life. The story of this penny starts with a simple mistake, an error that transformed it from a common coin into an icon of wealth and mystery. In 1990, the Philadelphia Mint accidentally struck a small batch of Lincoln cents without their signature mint mark. Just like that, a routine year became a goldmine for those lucky enough to discover the error. It sounds like a plot from a Hollywood thriller, but it's 100% real. The truth is, only a few of these no mint mark pennies exist, which is why they're commanding prices that would make your jaw drop. One example sold for an unbelievable $988,000 at auction, shocking even the most seasoned collectors. Now ask yourself, how many times have you thrown a penny away, thinking it's worthless? How many times have you let a fortune slip through your fingers? This isn't just another coin story, it's a wake-up call. You could be sitting on an empire and not even know it. People often wonder, why would someone pay nearly $1 million for a penny? The answer is deeper than you think. It's about owning a piece of American history, a symbol of human error turned into legendary value. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the pride of saying, I found it. When you hold that 1990 no mint mark penny, you're holding a secret the rest of the world missed. collectors today are obsessed with this coin because of its scarcity and the almost mythical aura surrounding it. And here's the shocking part, most people wouldn't even know what to look for. They might hold this treasure in their hands and spend it on a gumball machine without a second thought. That's what makes this story so haunting and so powerful. You could walk past a fortune every single day and never know. You might be thinking, how can I tell if I have the $1 million penny? This is where your life-changing journey begins. Start by examining the area under the year 1990 on your Lincoln cent. Normally, you'd see a small D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia, but here's the twist, these rare era coins were supposed to have a P mint mark starting in 1990. Instead, they were struck completely blank. That missing mark is your golden ticket. Get a magnifying glass, hold your breath, and check carefully. Feel your pulse race as you search, each second dripping with possibility. Imagine the day you find it. You call your family into the room, your hands trembling, your voice breaking with excitement. You've just uncovered a fortune that could pay off every debt, buy your dream house, or finally give you that life of freedom you've always craved. You're no longer just surviving, you're finally living. Some people say these stories are just hype, that no one really gets rich from old coins. But the truth is, those people lack vision. They don't understand the power of patience, of curiosity, of hidden treasures waiting to be unearthed. Every legendary collector started with a single coin and a wild dream. Why can't that be you? The market for rare era pennies is exploding. Prices are climbing higher every year, and more collectors are joining the chase. If you wait too long, you might miss your moment forever. Imagine explaining to your grandchildren one day that you had a chance to change your life but let it slip away because you didn't check a jar of coins. That regret would echo louder than any mistake you've ever made. So, what should you do now? Go find every penny you own. Check every jar, every drawer, every old piggy bank. Look at every single 1990 penny under bright light, and if you spot no mint mark, treat it like the crown jewel it is. Store it carefully, get it authenticated by a professional, and prepare for the wildest financial journey of your life. This isn't just a hobby, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to step into a new reality. Feel that spark inside you? That's the feeling of your future calling. That's the thrill of possibility whispering in your ear. Will you answer, or will you stay stuck in the same endless loop, watching others live your dreams? In the end, this 1990 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just metal and copper. It's a symbol of hope, of hidden potential, of the magic waiting in ordinary places. It's proof that your next big break might already be right in front of you, disguised as something small and forgotten. Tonight, when you close your eyes, think about that one penny that could change your life forever. Because tomorrow, you might just wake up a millionaire. And all it takes is a single moment of curiosity, a single decision to act. Go. Start searching. Your destiny is waiting inside a coin jar. And this time, don't let it slip away. Your hands are trembling, your heart is pounding, and you feel like you're about to uncover a piece of American treasure. Then, you see it, a 1993 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Most people would toss it aside, but what if I told you that single penny could secretly be worth up to $984,000? Yes, you heard me right. A coin that could flip your entire life upside down and turn your dusty attic into a vault of hidden wealth. But why this penny? What makes the 1993 no mint mark Lincoln cent so dangerously valuable that collectors are practically hunting it down like a lost piece of the Holy Grail? Before you even think of giving away your old pennies, you need to hear this story to the very end, because this small copper piece could hold the key to a life of financial freedom, or a massive regret if you miss it. Back in 1993, the U.S. Mint was operating at full throttle. Billions of pennies flooded the nation, almost all bearing the familiar D or S mint mark. But a tiny, almost ghost-like batch slipped through the cracks. These rare pennies, missing any mint mark, escaped unnoticed and ended up in circulation, hiding quietly in jars, drawers, and pockets for decades. Now, ask yourself, when was the last time you looked at a penny and actually checked it? Most people see a penny and think it's worthless. But these 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies are the wolves in sheep's clothing, carrying a silent promise of nearly $1 million if found in pristine condition. Imagine walking into a dealership and paying cash for your dream sports car. Imagine handing over one small penny, and in return, driving away with a brand new Corvette or a luxury motorhome. Sounds insane? That's the true power locked inside this humble coin, a potential $984,000 windfall that could completely erase your debts and launch you into the lifestyle you've always imagined. But here's the twist that keeps collectors up at night: these no-mint mark errors are so rare, so few in number, that most people wouldn't believe they even exist. Many have unknowingly spent them at gas stations or left them behind at grocery stores. What if one of those forgotten coins was yours? What if you're sitting on a fortune and you don't even know it? Let's pause here for a moment. How many coins have you tossed into tip jars or vending machines without even glancing? What if you just threw away a six-figure retirement plan disguised as a single penny? Take a second to feel that chill run down your spine. That's the feeling of possibility, and a hint of fear. Now, let's talk about how you can recognize this jackpot. Start by examining the obverse side, where Lincoln's proud profile stares back at you. The mint mark, usually found just below the date, is completely missing. It's not faded or scratched off, it was never there in the first place. That's the first sign you might have struck gold. Next, look at the overall condition. To reach that breathtaking $984,000 estimate, your penny needs to be in what collectors call MS-68 or higher. Think of a coin so untouched that it looks like it was just born yesterday at the mint. No scratches, no dents, no ugly fingerprints. Just pure, unspoiled copper brilliance. You might be thinking, what are the odds? But remember, someone out there has this coin. Someone out there will find it first. Will it be you, or will you let someone else cash in on your hidden fortune? Imagine that moment when you hold it up to the light, your breath caught in your throat, your mind racing with all the possibilities. Pay off your mortgage, travel the world, give your children the education they deserve, all because you decided to look twice at a simple penny. And don't be fooled by those who say pennies are worthless. This is not just about a coin, it's about a symbol of hidden value, of the chance to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. The 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a metaphor for the opportunities most people ignore every single day. So, what should you do next? Dig out those dusty coffee cans, those old piggy banks, those forgotten stashes under your car seat. Start searching today, because every moment you delay, the chances shrink. The collectors are already hunting. The clock is ticking, and that million-dollar dream is slipping further from your grasp. That I know you can feel the adrenaline in your veins right now. That's not just excitement, that's a call to action. A whisper from fate telling you that maybe, just maybe, fortune is waiting in your hands. That if you find one, don't rush to the nearest coin shop. Get it professionally graded first. Protect it, guard it like a family heirloom, because once verified, it could change your entire financial destiny. As we reach the end of this journey together, ask yourself, will you be the person who laughs all the way to the bank, or the one who tells the story of the fortune they almost had? There's a penny out there with no mint mark, carrying a secret that could make you a millionaire. And the only thing standing between you and that future is the simple act of looking, really looking. So tonight, before you fall asleep, let that thought echo in your mind: the treasure might already be in your house. Your story of wealth and freedom could start with a single, silent coin. Don't just dream it. Find it. And when you do, remember, that one small penny isn't just copper and zinc. It's your ticket to a life you never dared to imagine. A life without bills piling up, where you don't think twice before booking that dream vacation, where your family's future is safe and shining. Tonight, we're diving deep into a coin so overlooked, so underestimated, it might be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now, the 1997 mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And believe me, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Most people think all modern pennies are worthless. But they don't know what I'm about to tell you. They don't know that a few 1997 pennies have been selling at auction houses for up to $980,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that could transform your life overnight. But before we reveal exactly why and how, let's take a journey, one that will change the way you think about these small, forgotten coins forever. In 1997, America was booming with hope. The internet was exploding, stocks were soaring, and people felt unstoppable. But in the Denver Mint, a quiet mistake was brewing, an error so small it went unnoticed by millions. Some of these 1997 D pennies came out with an almost imperceptible double die on Lincoln's profile or a misaligned mint mark that only the most trained eyes could catch. Imagine how many slipped through hands, lost in parking meters and soda machines. If you're feeling a sudden rush of adrenaline, good. That's your instinct telling you something big might be hiding in your own pocket. Do you remember the last time you checked your change jar? Or those old coins in your grandpa's drawer? What if you've been throwing away a piece of your future? Pause for a second. Think about how life would feel if you found out that the coin you just left in the tip jar at a diner was actually worth nearly $1 million. Can you feel that sting of regret already? That's exactly why you need to keep watching. When collectors discovered these rare 1997 D-era pennies, they were stunned. Auction houses began receiving calls, and soon whispers of secret bids started circulating. One collector in Texas reportedly sold his for around $980,000, instantly wiping out his debts and buying a lakeside home. Another story tells of a retired teacher who uncovered her 1997 D penny during a weekend cleaning spree. That single coin paid for her medical bills and gave her the freedom to finally travel the world. But before you jump to conclusions, know this: not every 1997 D penny is a jackpot. Most are common, just plain currency. So how can you tell if you're holding one of the rare treasures? The answer is in the details. The doubling on Lincoln's I or the D mint mark shifted ever so slightly, signs so tiny they often slip past amateur collectors. It's like a secret code, a hidden invitation to a new life. You just need to know how to read it. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing you're debt-free. You finally quit that job you hate, start your dream business, or surprise your family with a brand new house. The power to rewrite your story might be hiding in a coin that costs less than a stick of gum. That's the kind of power this penny holds. Are you starting to see why every second you waste could be a second closer to someone else finding it before you do? So what should you do right now? First, gather every jar, every drawer, every dusty bowl of coins you own. Lay them out and start looking closely. Use a magnifying glass, take your time, and feel the thrill with every coin you flip over. You might even laugh at yourself, wondering how you never noticed before. But that laughter might turn into tears of joy when you spot that tiny error, that shift in the mint mark, that subtle doubling. That if you do find one, don't rush to your nearest pawn shop. Get it professionally graded. The value depends on condition, rarity, and proof of the error. A certified 1997 D-era penny in pristine condition can fetch up to $980,000, sometimes even more in private sales where millionaires fight over bragging rights. Remember, this is not just about money, it's about discovering a hidden piece of history that could change your legacy forever. By now, you might feel your heart racing. That's because deep down, we all crave the chance to break free. We all dream of an unexpected windfall that allows us to finally breathe, to truly live without the weight of what if. And that's exactly what this penny represents, a key to a new chapter, a secret door you never knew existed. Don't ignore this. Every day, someone else checks their old coins and unlocks that life-changing surprise. Why not you? Your future could be hiding in plain sight, shimmering under the dust of forgotten memories. Tonight, when you hear that familiar clink of coins, let it echo as a call to action. Because in that pile of metal, a single penny might be waiting to set you free. So get up. Search. Look closer. Your $1 million moment is waiting. And when you find it, because I believe someone watching this will, remember this moment as the beginning of your new life. Because with the 1997 D Lincoln penny, 1 cent can truly become priceless. One small copper piece that could transform your worries about bills and retirement into pure freedom. What if I told you that this penny isn't from 1909 or 1943, but from 2002? Yes. A 2002 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Most people have no clue that this unassuming coin could be your golden ticket, a key to a lifestyle most Americans only dream of, but why? Why would a 2002 penny, something so recent, hold the power to change lives? You see, in the world of rare coins, it's not always the oldest that are worth the most. It's the mistakes. The misprints. The mysterious mints that slipped through the cracks. And the 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a prime example of that hidden world of errors. In pristine condition, this penny has been estimated to fetch as much as $974,000 at private auctions. Yes, nearly $1 million, for a coin you could be holding right now. Imagine hearing that your neighbor sold a penny and suddenly moved into a waterfront mansion. You'd think it's a joke. But it's real. The universe of rare coins is a silent empire of wealth, silently building fortunes for those who know where to look. And yet, every single day, countless Americans toss these life-changing pennies into gas station trays or leave them rattling in car cup holders. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many fortunes have been accidentally dropped into tip jars? Let's step back for a second. Picture Abraham Lincoln himself, the symbol of resilience and freedom, forever immortalized on a coin that might free you from debt, stress, and financial chains. What a poetic twist. But it's not just poetry. It's a tangible reality hiding in junk drawers all over America. Now you might ask, what makes this 2002 penny so special? The no mint mark. While most pennies are minted in Philadelphia or Denver and marked accordingly, a tiny fraction from 2002 slipped out with no mint mark at all. These are the unicorns of the modern penny world. They appear ordinary, but collectors and auctioneers see them as shimmering opportunities, buried treasure waiting to be claimed. But how do you know if you have one? Look closely at the obverse, that's the front, under bright light or magnification. You'll notice, or rather not notice, something, the absence of a small letter. That missing mark is your secret code. And if your penny is also in pristine, uncirculated condition, with a strong strike and no visible scratches or dulling, the value skyrockets. Some collectors call it the silent $1 million scream, because it hides quietly in your collection until the day you finally hear its worth. Take a second to imagine your life after finding one. No more worrying about climbing gas prices. No more stressing over medical bills or college tuition. Picture yourself booking that first-class flight to Hawaii, or surprising your spouse with the car they've always wanted. It's not just a dream. It's a possibility waiting inside your coin jar. That I know what you're thinking. How many of these are out there? Should you check every single penny in your house? The answer, absolutely. Because once collectors confirm these no mint mark anomalies, they disappear into private collections, often never to be seen again. It's a vanishing treasure hunt, and every day you wait, another chance might slip away forever. Now, imagine sharing this story at a family barbecue. You hold up a single penny, and everyone laughs, until you tell them it's worth nearly $1 million. Watch their faces drop. Watch them scramble to dig through their own pockets. Because suddenly, the smallest coin in America has become the biggest conversation piece. This is more than just about money. It's about unlocking the future you deserve. You've worked too hard to let life pass you by, weighed down by financial limitations. The 2002 no mint mark penny is a symbol, a tiny reminder that fortune favors the curious, the persistent, and the bold. So tonight, when you get home, I want you to do something. Pull out that jar. Open that old dresser drawer. Go through every single penny with the intensity of a detective chasing $1 billion heist. Because this isn't just a hobby, it's a quest that could catapult you from your current life into a world of abundance. And when you find it, and I believe some of you watching right now will, remember that this 1-cent piece is more than metal. It's a whisper from the universe, saying, you deserve more. Let it be your first step toward the mansion you thought was impossible, the adventures you put on hold, the peace of mind you've always craved. A penny for your thoughts. No. A penny for your new reality. Check those coins. Check them tonight. Because while most people are asleep, dreaming about a different life, you could be wide awake, living it.